recording I'm audible? Yeah, I'm audible, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Why still only 33? It's already 9, 10 approaching. Okay, let me wait for 1 minute. Any doubts with signal flow graph, you can ask, we can discuss that. Okay, we'll proceed. So any doubts, anyone with model number 2? If anybody have doubts, you can ask guys. So maybe today I will share that signal flow graph nodes for you people. No doubts? Shall we move on to next then? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
So let's move on to next model number 4 guys, everyone. So just make a note. So I told you right yesterday. So you finished model number 2. So we can go ahead with your model number. Then we'll come back to your model number 3. So 3 again how you add two concepts in model number block diagram for 20 marks, one signal flow graph for 20 marks. So same way you will be dealing with respect to this model number 4 and two subcategories. So the title for this model is stability. So you're going to analyze some stability concepts that okay. So under this, the first concept concepts about stability you're going to learn. Then what are the necessary conditions required for stability you're going to learn. Then you're going to learn something called RH criterion. So that is called Routh's criterion, a name of a scientist, RH criterion, and problems on that. So till here you can cover 20 marks. So out of 40 marks, 20 marks till your RH criterion will be given. So in RH criterion, you have different cases, special case 1, 2, you will discuss that. So one problem carries 10 to 12 marks. So till there you can get 20 marks from model number 3. So remaining 20 more marks, there is one more topic called as root locus. So this is very important topic for 20 marks. So they will be expecting you to write a graph. So you hope you will remember the graph sheets, right? So there are two types of graph sheet problems in this control system. So root locus will goes with your normal graph sheet plot. You have to get a plot, and there are Nyquist plot as well as polar plot that we'll discuss in model number 5. So there we can use your similar graph concept. Okay. So along with this root locus concepts, how to construct the root locus and the problems you are going to solve. So this is what your model number 4 syllabus coverage. So 20 marks from the stability concept till your RH criterion, and 20 more marks from the root locus concept, how to construct the root locus, how to plot the root locus and the problems on that. So is that okay till here? Everyone? So before going for your major concept, we need to know some concepts with respect to your stability analysis, so which carries 6 marks. So if we say okay with this overview, shall I proceed with the topics from the beginning?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let me share the screen just a second. So I'll just show back. So this is what the things we are starting today. So stability analysis model number 4. What model number 4 I told. So you can look at the things what I discussed, right? So stability analysis, the concept. So the first part involves 20 marks. The next part, along with your Bode plot, is also a part of this model number 4 that carries 20 more marks that we'll discuss later. Okay. So my concentration on the stability RH. You can see RH means Routh criterion. So that and root locus is your major concern. So then remaining part we will discuss when we finish out this part. So this is one category, and let me come to paint. So you can take the heading, guys. So take the heading as definition of stability analysis. So stability analysis is the heading. So you can just take with the definition. So analysis of whether the given system can reach steady state. So we'll discuss different states later. So you just have this in your mind. Analysis of whether the given system can reach steady state passing through the transient. So the transient means time. Analysis of whether the given system can reach steady state passing through the transient successfully is called as stability analysis. Is it okay? So there are two words which you need to understand. So one is called steady state. So one more is called a transient. So as I said, transient means it's with respect to time. So steady state we will discuss once we deal sub classifications in this stability analysis. So this is a definition. If they ask you to define stability analysis, so define the things what we wrote just now. Is that okay with this definition? Anybody want me to repeat?
Sir, can you repeat once again?
Yeah. So the analysis of whether the given system can reach steady state passing through the transient successfully. Passing through the transient successfully is called as stability analysis. Stability. I hope you remember there are some different regions, linear region, saturation region, cutoff region. So with respect to your analog electronics. Okay. So same way. So yesterday we went across some word with signals. I think if you know signals system, there is a word like this, BIBO. Do you remember what is BIBO stands for? What is BIBO stands for?
Bounded input bounded.
Good. So in properties of system, so property number 5 talks with respect to stability. Do you remember? Stable system, unstable system. So whichever system which is following or which is having BIBO concept. So if your input is bounded, corresponding output is also bounded. Such type of systems we are going to call it as stable system. So same concept comes with a slight change in this control system. So you just need to remember this BIBO to analyze your stability concept. So whenever we plot a graph with respect to time and with respect to your output, so here we can represent the output as some C of t. So time is with respect to t. Okay. So here at the beginning, the curve will be increasing. At some particular time, it is going to be constant. So at some particular time, it is going to be constant. So the time from which it is going to be constant, that we are going to keep it as stabilized or stability. So we need to analyze such kind of signals. If it is varying, what all the variations will happen to my system. Is that okay till here to everyone? Am I clear to everyone? Guys, is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we got to know the syllabus of model number 4. We have started with stability analysis definition. So then I just told in simple what is the meaning of stability. We were representing a graph. So the transient means with respect to time. That word you keep remember. So we will discuss the different classifications, or there are 4 major concepts of stability to be understand before going to solve any problems. So we'll try to analyze that, then we will discuss in detail. Okay, so the next will be, so that's what the heading I told, right? So basic concepts of stability is what your syllabus says. So concepts of stability, I'll just write short form. So in this, as I said, there are 4 major categories, guys. So you can make a note. So the category number 1 will be dealing with respect to the word called absolute stable. So different classifications or categories what we are going to learn in this. So the topic which I am going to cover till or before RH criteria will carry 6 to 8 marks. So they may ask you to define the things what you are writing now. Okay. So first one is absolute stable. Just a second. Absolutely stable. Second one will be dealing with respect to your unstable. So this is what your BIBO concept what I told you. Unstable. Then category number 3 is called as conditionally stable. So there are different meaning involved in this that we will discuss. Just have an outline first. Conditionally stable, and the last one is called as critical stable, or one more name given is marginally stable. Critically stable, or one more name what I told, it is called as marginally stable. So these are the major things what we have to discuss with respect to the basic concepts. So is that okay till here? So any doubts, anyone?
Yes, sir.
So just summarize the things what we have wanted to express. So there is a word in the definition what to learn called as steady state. So in general, what is the meaning of word steady, guys? Steady state. So you need to analyze the meaning of this. So steady state. What is the meaning of the word steady?
Fixed.
Fixed. Good. So state means see, we are discussing with respect to your system, correct now? So I hope everyone got a clear idea the difference between your signals system to control system, correct now? Yeah? So if I take this is a system, so for this I am going to give an input and I am going to get the output. So there will be a response inside this system. I think we are represent that as h of t in your signals, input as x of t and output as y of t. Okay. So steady state means what? If you want analyze, just make a wordings. So just make a note and analyze this steady state, because this steady state word will comes in all these four categories. So before knowing that things, we understand what is the meaning of steady state, then we can go ahead. Okay. So steady state occurs. So when it is going to occur means after a system becomes settled. Say once I pass input to my system, there will be a response in the system, right? So whenever the system going to be settled, whenever you can underline this word settled. So whenever the system is going to become settled, so at the steady system start working manually. Steady means kept constant, like what I told here, stability steady. So it is going to be constant. Whenever the things which is going to settle, then only these conditions will come to picture. Is it okay, guys? What I told? I'll repeat. Steady state occurs after a system becomes settled. After a system becomes settled, and at this steady system starts working normally. So normally means there won't be any variation. So as you said, stability or steady means constant. So once the system is stabilized, I can tell that there won't be any variations, even there is variation with respect to my input. Have you got the meaning of this steady state, everyone? So whatever time you are going to vary, if it reaches that settled time, then it is going to be kept constant. There is no variation with respect to my system. So such kind of system we are going to call as steady state system. Is that okay to everyone? Am I clear with this? Is that okay
Yes,
to everyone?
sir.
Okay. So this statement you just analyze, because we are going to deal with respect to that same thing what you understood is four concepts here. So this absolute, unstable, conditionally, critically, marginally involves this concept. So that is what you want to know. So we'll just brush up this with the graph representation. So if you plot a graph for this, so as your time increases, the corresponding response what I'm going to get from a system, it may be varying. So assume that it is increasing, it may vary respect to time however it wants. After the system becomes settled, so once the system becomes settled, so there is no variation, it is going to be kept steady, it is going to be kept constant. So this junction what I am tracing, this part is what is called as your settling time. So at this time it is going to settle, so then the complete graph is going to be steady state. So or it is in a stable. Is that okay to everyone? You got now understood the meaning of the steady state with respect to your graphical representation?
Yes, sir.
Good. So now we'll move on with the things what you understood is the stability analysis definition, a basic graph for this. So then we went through with steady state means what. So then we will come back to our concept of stability. There are four major concepts. So we'll go one by one. Okay. So now understand what is the meaning of absolutely stable. So absolutely stable means what? What is the meaning of absolutely stable? Yes? Can anyone tell me what is the meaning of absolutely stable? Stable you got. So it is the settled time what we just now understood. Absolutely means what?
Completely.
Completely means whatever time you are going to vary, whatever force you are going to apply to any system, there won't be any change in the parameters. So there won't be any disturbances with respect to my output. That is what the meaning of absolutely stable. Is that okay, guys? Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So just make a note. Absolutely stable means what? If infinite force required to take out the object, if, I repeat, if infinite force. So whatever the things we are discussing now, they may ask you to define or explain. So that time you define this and you write the waveform representation. That is enough for you to get 2 marks. So each carries 2 marks. So just have an analysis, guys. Right on. If the infinite force required to take out the object from the container. So absolute stability means even if you apply infinite force required to take out the object from the container, there will be no change in parameter. There will be no change in parameter. So there is no change in parameter and no disturbances with respect to output, and no disturbances with respect to output. So that is what the meaning of absolute stable. Written, guys, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So just make a note with this statement. So just try to write the graphical representation. Okay. So just make a note of a graphical representation now. So absolute stable. So you write this graph and you just add the points what we are going to discuss now. So you can take x-axis, y-axis, same way, how we wrote. So it is going to be stable after this point. So you can junction here, you can see the markation. So once it reaches this, so this will be steady state output. Steady output. Okay. So x-axis of t, y-axis c of t. Time. Okay. So similarly, we can represent one more graph. Is it visible, guys? What I'm writing?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Just make a note of one more graph. So the graph representation can be like this also. So after this, it is going to be stable, right? So you can look at, okay, let me change the color here. You can look at the variations. So once it reaches, it is going to be stable. So this is also called as a steady state, but this junction. So you can vary the things however you want. So this you can write for an absolute stable concept. So once it reaches its settle time, it is going to be absolutely constant. So just make a note. After this writing graph, you need to write a statement. A system is said to be stable. So I hope you remember in signals there is a concept. If it follows your BIBO, we are going to call it as a stable. So here there are two conditions to be understood. Right on. A system is said to be stable. So if it is said to be stable, it should satisfy two conditions. It should satisfy two conditions. Condition number one, when input is bounded, this is your BIBO. So when input is bounded and applied, the corresponding output also should be bounded. I'll repeat. So a system is said to be stable if it is satisfy the two conditions. First one, when input is bounded and applied. Similarly, output also should be bounded. So I think we discussed yesterday, for other section. So we'll just brush up for you also. If I say x of t, so if you get corresponding y of t, if you get any change with respect to my input, same bound if it is happening with respect to my output, it is called bounded. If there is some variation, for example, if you take t at the input and if you get t at the output also, this is also called bounded. So if t is there at the input, if you get t square at the output, then this is called as unbounded. So then I can tell the system is unstable. So I hope you remember this property in signals, everyone. Is it okay, guys, what I told?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So condition number one, that is your BIBO. Condition number two, in the absence of input, just make a note, in the absence of input, output must tend to 0. In the absence of input, the output must tend to 0 irrespective of initial condition. Irrespective of initial condition. Irrespective of initial conditions. Okay. Is it okay till here? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So this much point you are supposed to analyze with respect to your concept of stability with respect to absolutely stable. Okay, now. So shall we move on to next? Unstable. Is it okay till here, everyone?
Yes, sir.
So let's move on to unstable. So just now we got stability definition, the conditions. So if it doesn't follow, obviously it is going to be unstable. Correct? So we'll move on with the next topic now, unstable. So these four concepts you can expect for 6 marks. If they ask all, so 2 marks means it is going to be 8 marks. So just analyze the things properly, because before going to your RH criterion, so this much will tell you 6 to 8 marks, and remaining 12 marks you can expect from your Routh criterion. So there are different categories, we'll discuss it later. Yeah, so going to next concept called unstable. So you can tell me now, what is the meaning of unstable? So after knowing stable, yes guys.
The system will not reach unstable state, sir.
It means
Very
you should use the
unstable.
word unbounded. See, even though input is bounded, if your output is going to be unbound, then we can conclude this is a concept of what? Instability. Yes or no? Yeah, just now we went through with two conditions for stability. If we disqualify the two conditions, then I'm going to call it as unstable. Correct? So condition number one was what? When system is having input bound, we treated it is having output also having bounded. It is called stable. So even though your input is bounded, if there is unbounded output, then we are going to call it as unstable. Similarly, in the absence of input, the output was going to return to 0 is what you learned in stability. Here, it may not return to 0. Is it okay, guys?
Yes, sir.
So that is what the meaning you need to analyze here. So if you represent a waveform for this, see, if you understand stability, the same concept, but reverse condition, you need to rectify that short. Representation for the waveform. So earlier how it was going to be stable now, but even the time increases, it is keep increasing, it is going towards infinity only. So there is no constant, it is going towards infinity. So even then we have reached the steady state time, it is not going to keep constant, it is keep moving. Such kind of things we are going to call it as unstable. Is it okay? Everyone? Is it okay, guys? Am I clear with this, what I told to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So similarly, you can represent one more graph like how we did earlier. So we had increase and there was a slight variation with respect to my time. Then after that, it is going to be constant if it is stable. But here, there will be a variations. It is not going to keep constant. You can make a difference between the two graphs, what we wrote earlier and this. So it is going in this way. There is no end. It is going to be infinity. So this is what one more graphical representation you can make for unstable condition. Is it okay till you? Is it okay, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So let's move on with the third category, that is called as your conditionally stable. So anybody doubts till here, you can ask here.
Can you tell the definitions? Like
For which one, ma? Unstable, huh?
unstable.
Okay. Okay. Just make a note. I talk with respect to your conditions. You just make a note. In any transfer function, so there are words to be understand now. You just underline that word what I told. If any transfer function, if any closed loop poles, you underline that word poles. We'll discuss that later. In any transfer function, if any closed loop poles in right half of S plane. So we have to discuss this S plane. So once I finish this, I will go with this S plane. Right half means towards RHS. So right half of your,
Sir, can you please repeat that?
yeah, repeat, right on. In any transfer function, see, we have understood the transfer function concept with respect to model number 2. So to getting output by input is what transfer function, right? So in any transfer function, if any closed loop poles, P-O-L-E-S, poles. So there are words called poles and zeros which comes under this module that we'll discuss later. Just underline this word, closed loop poles in right half of plane means towards RHS, right half of plane of S plane. So the meaning is this simple. S-plane, which is having y-axis with respect to imaginary. So imaginary means J, I am going to represent J omega, and real part is sigma. So this is your S-plane. So whenever you represent x-axis with respect to sigma means real term, y-axis with respect to your imaginary term, we are going to call this type of plane as S-plane. So you are going to deal all the graph representation in the control system what I discussed, like your root locus, the Nyquist plot, polar plot, everything comes under this S-plane concept only. So the thing is, what I'm telling, if we find any closed loop poles, say I can represent the poles with help of a cross mark. So we will represent the poles like this here, cross mark. So zeros with a bubble. So this is a representation. So just remember this. So zeros will be represented like this, and X represent your poles. So if you find the poles in any closed loop path present towards your RHS, if it is like this, RHS, then the system is said to be unstable. Am I clear? Is it okay, guys, everyone? So towards your RHS, so this is your RHS, right? So this RHS is can be here, or it can be here, or it can be here. So wherever the poles are there, if it is towards your RHS, then we are going to treat the system as unstable. Am I clear with this?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So since I told this S-plane, so you can add the same because I taught to it at the end, since we got the definition of unstability. So same way with respect to absolute stable also, guys, if just add the word, if your closed loop poles are real and negative, if closed loop poles are real and negative, real and negative means what? It comes towards which side now? Negative side is which side here? Is it LHS or RHS?
Left side.
LHS. So if your closed loop poles are real, real means it should not have any imaginary term. So but in case of unstable, since it is reaching towards infinity, it can be real also, it can be infinity also, means imaginary also. That's why I marked two cross marks here. You can see here, this can be imaginary, positive, negative, and this cross mark on the what? Sigma, x-axis on exactly real term. Here it says real and not, negative. Means your S-plane is towards the left hand side. If your S-plane is towards left hand side, this is an example for my absolute stable. So you can add this word also whenever you discuss difference or explanation with respect to your absolutely stable. So same way we can get complex conjugate with respect to negative also. You can represent like this also, like how we did for second category. So it can be applicable for imaginary also or complex also. Only thing you should remember is it should lies between LHS. So if the complex closed loop poles or real closed loop poles towards LHS, we are going to treat that as absolute stable. If it is towards RHS of your S-plane, that is called stable condition, sorry, unstable condition. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
So I hope you got some idea about this S-plane. So S-plane means it is like your normal graph, but axis will be with respect to my real part as well as imaginary part. Real part towards my x-axis, imaginary part towards my y-axis. Okay, na till here? So here only you will get two answers, right? If my poles are towards my left hand side, I can call that system as stable system. If it is towards right hand side, I can call it as unstable system. Agree everyone? Agree guys, what I told? Because the first heading is absolutely stable. So we got to know absolutely stable, the poles lies towards my LHS. So such kind of systems are called as stable, whereas in RHS, if the plane is lying towards RHS, we are designated as unstable. So now in the S plane, which is stable, which is unstable, I hope you got to know. Am I clear? Everyone, is it okay guys? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So let's move on to next category. That is your conditionally stability. Just a second. Okay. Just make a note of definition for this guys. So this is a simple representation with respect to some conditions. So if we follow some conditions here, that is going to be said to be stable and conditional. Similarly, unstable conditional. So go with the third concept. I hope you understood the first two. Shall I move on to third one now? Is it okay guys, still here? Shall we move on to the third concept called as conditionally stability analysis? Everyone, shall I?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So just make a note of a definition here. So there is a small definition you need to understand here. A linear time invariant system. I hope everyone remember this concept in your signals. LTI system. Can anyone tell me what is the meaning of this? Because you have learned this in signals. What is the meaning of linear time invariant system? So then the properties of system, there is a concept called LTI, and I hope you already finished that and you are going with respect to your LTI part model also. Am I correct? Yes guys?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What is that? What is
System
the meaning
should
of
be linear and any change in input should occur in output also. Sir.
good? So that is called time invariant. Only example for me, time variant, time invariant.
When there is delay in transmitter, there will be delay in receiver also.
Good. So actually we can give a simple example like arrival and departure of your train or your bus or your flight. So we expect, right? So if the time has to arrive the source at some 10 a.m. If it is delayed by 10-15 minutes, so if it is arrive at 10:20, we feel that the same is going to happen at the destination. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no, yeah. So even
Yes.
depends upon the driver speed also. He can increase the speed at the same time. But the prediction what we will make, if there's delay with respect to my arrival, the same delay may occur to reach also. Of systems, what we predict as a time invariant system. It's just fixed. Any example for time variant for me? Right. Yes. Time variant. You are thinking answer or what? I'm waiting for you to tell the answer for what I asked. Anyone can tell me what is the example for time variant? So much difference here. You understood what is time invariant? What about time variant?
If there is delay in input, there will be no delay in outputs.
So you are reversing the definition of your invariant. Okay, example you can use.
That bread toaster, sir.
Bread, bread toaster. So bread toaster, in that again concept will come whether it is open loop system or closed loop system. Yeah. Simple example, yeah. The things which you cannot change, that is called time variant. Can you change the season in a year? The rainy season,
No,
winter
sir.
season, can you change it? Can you change the months in a year?
No, sir.
Can you change the days in a week?
No, sir.
This is called example for time variant. So which we can't change, it is already fixed. See, after Monday, Tuesday only will come. After Monday, I can't go back to my Sunday or I can't go to Friday. Correct, na? If it was happening like that, that is called time invariant system. But since it is fixed, so days in a week, months in a year, everything is fixed. So such kind of things we are going to call it as time variant. I hope you got the idea now.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we just continue with the definition. We will finish off this. A linear LTI system, I mean a linear time invariant system, or in short you can write a LTI system is said to be conditionally stable. You understand the word now, what I would write. So it conditionally stable if for a certain condition of particular parameter. So I'll repeat, a LTI system is said to be conditionally stable if for a certain condition of a particular parameter of a system, output is bounded for a certain condition of particular parameter of a system and its output is bounded. So if output is bounded, in the bracket you can write stable system. If output is bounded with respect to input bound, in the bracket you can write stable system. Otherwise the condition is violated. Then output becomes unbounded. So what is the bracket you're going to write now? System is said to be unstable system. So I hope you're done till here. Anybody want me to repeat? So I hope you're writing a conditions now. That's all. That is the meaning of conditionally. So there is no graphical representation or any equation we are written for this. It's just a condition. If it is following the bounded condition, it is stable. If it is violating this rule, it is unbounded. So that is, we will summarize now. So is it okay till here? Everyone done? Shall I continue?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So in the bracket you wrote unbounded, unstable. You can end there. So the summary of this paragraph, that is, you can underline the word now. That is, stability of a system depends on condition of parameter. That is, stability of a system depends on condition of a parameter of the system. Such a system is called as conditionally stable system. only definition you have to write here. If they ask to explain about conditionally stable, so you have to got the meaning right. See, we know that there are two categories. One is stable system, one is unstable system. So in this condition, we are representing both together. That's all. If you look at absolutely stable, we wrote only about BIBO. If you told unstable, which is not following BIBO. So combination of first two itself is what? Conditional. Is it okay, guys? Everyone? Shall I proceed? Is it okay? Everyone, is it okay what I told? Shall I proceed?
Yes, sir.
So we'll move on to last category then. So we'll try to wind this. So last one is marginally or critically stable. So marginally or critically stable. So just add the words now. So marginally or critically stable. Add a definition, guys. A LTA system is said to be critically or marginally stable. A LTA system is said to be critically or marginally stable for input comma output, for input and output, or you can add input comma output, oscillates, input output oscillates with a constant frequency and amplitude. You can underline the word with a constant. So input and output oscillates. I hope you know what is the meaning of oscillation, right? So the oscillation like this. So input output oscillates with a constant frequency and amplitude. A constant frequency and amplitude. So the meaning I'll just show in the graph. So the meaning is like this. So if we have say time t x-axis and output c of t. So here whenever your critical or marginally stable condition comes, so after reaching some particular time, both amplitude as well as your frequency is going to be constant. You can make out the graph, guys, everyone. Can you make out the difference between the previous graph to this graph? Is it okay? So at the steady state output, you can look at here, at the steady state output, there is a constant frequency and constant amplitude. So such kind of things we are going to call as marginally or critically stable. I hope, am I clear to this to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I think it's time. So we'll stop here. So we'll just recollect the things once more and we'll discuss the explain tomorrow. Is it okay with today's class, everyone? Everyone understood what we discussed, right? Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if anybody have doubts regarding this class, you just make a note and you can ask tomorrow. So I hope the things are clear with the basics of model number 4. So still many things has to be done. So we just analyze this words and we'll recollect this and we can go ahead. Is it okay? Shall we stop here?
Yes.
Yeah. So you can take a break, enter the USN, you can leave.